guys, how's it going today? My name is Scapenomics and welcome back to another flipping and money making live stream. And today, since we didn't stream Monday, we're going to be trying to make up for Monday's session by making some extra bank here today. That was an unfortunate cancel of Monday's stream, but sometimes work just gets in the way, so we had to do that. Anyway, enough of that, guys. We're working with 1,521,000,000 GP today, and we had the minority giving us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you, man. Really do appreciate that, and welcome to the stream, man. And just letting my chat load up here for a second. It's just a little bit delayed, so I do have to give it a minute on my end, but thank you for the follow. We have Zach Davies, an unknown user. They were waiting here for quite a long time, so shout out to you guys. I hope you are ready to sit back, kick back, and make some bank today. I know I'm ready. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our first couple of flips listed. Now, my goal for today is to kind of, I guess, flip the stuff we normally do. I mean, there's really no goal today besides trying to make as much money as we can. Recently, I sold off one of my investments that I was holding. I posted that in our Discord group if you want to see how much profit I made on that. I'll keep it anonymous for now, but it was a pretty good, I would say it was a decent investment for me. It definitely broke one of my personal records, so that is the most I've ever made on a single investment that flip. So if you want to go check it out, be sure to see it in the Discord group. We have Jordan Savage as well popping over on YouTube. He says, "Let's get it." Jordan, good to see you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and list some of the Justiciar armor items next. Now, these went up a ton in price recently, and just currently, like this past 2-3 days, they've been seeing a really big pullback price-wise, and I want to see if I can hop in on these, try to get a few cheap ones, and maybe try to flip them around on today's stream. We're just going to do 4 of the face guards for now, and then I'll do, I think if the Justiciar leg guards margin is also good, I'm going to go ahead and list maybe 5 of those as well. I don't want to flip, or I don't want to list too many of them right off the bat, because if we list too many and then they crash on us, we're going to be in a very bad situation on those items. So I'm just going to list very, very safely here, just list a couple for now, and we're going to see how those perform today. We have Zach Davies says, "Finally, I've been here since Saturday." Well, welcome. The long-anticipated live stream that you've been waiting for is now here for your viewing pleasure. So, Zach, it's been a while. It's good to have you back, man. I don't know where you ran off to, but thank you for tuning in again. And be sure to let me know if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash tag or anything related to flipping. But recently for you, though, just from the posts in the Discord group, looks like you've been doing pretty well for yourself. So, that is great to see. Anyway, let's go ahead and get some of these Dragon Hunter crossbows listed. Actually, are we going to do that? No, we're not going to do that. Actually, we'll do a few of them just to make up for the margin cost on that item. I just want to flip a few of those, try to make up for that loss, and then we're going to cycle out of those because the margin on them just really was not that great. We're going to list the Primordial Boots next as well. Currently down about 400k on the session so far, basically off margin checks alone. But I'm seeing that there's some pretty decent margins across a couple items here, so we should be able to make it up without too much of a problem. Although I was told, just by looking in the Discord, that it's a little bit competitive of a day flipping wise, so we'll have to see how we make out today. Anyway, we're going to do the Bandos Tacets next. Bandos Tacets recently have been one of my go-tos because they have just been flipping extremely fast. I mean, they're always a fast flipping item to begin with, but especially with all that Soul Wars hype, they were just an insanely fast flip, so I've been doing them very frequently. Also, they have a better margin than they typically would. Oh my goodness, Zach Davies has joined the Bankstanders Club. Thank you so much, dude, for the membership over on YouTube. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, man. Wow, I did not expect to get a member today, so I really appreciate it. Welcome to the Bankstanders Club, as I like to call it. And I know we were talking earlier in the Discord, Zach, and I just wanted to say that there is more stuff coming for members, but it's going to be a little bit out in the future just because I'm trying to put it together, but at the same time, I'm also trying to make videos and stuff like that to keep up the channel content because I want to keep things growing, and a lot of my effort goes into video making instead of the members perks. So thank you so much for joining us over on YouTube. We really do appreciate it. Also, we're going to list these Dragon Hunter Crossbows back. I didn't really talk about the margin on those, but currently there's about a 40k margin on them. So I'm just trying to buy and sell a few to make up for that margin cost. If you've watched a stream before, you know that's a pretty typical strategy for me. And actually, I'm actually curious where the Dragon Claws are trading around. I want to see where these are. Okay, so they've come down off their 66 mil high, which I expected, but they're still pretty high in price. I mean, currently we've got one for about 64 million GP, which is quite a lot of money. And it looks like the margin is also very tight on this one as well, which means, you know, it's just kind of trading sideways, I guess. So we'll try to flip two of those, kind of the same strategy as the Dragon Hunter Crossbow. Neither of those flips are really looking that great for me, which is a little bit unfortunate. Anna Snelling says, good evening. Hope you have a good day. Thank you, Anna. Do appreciate that. Welcome to the live stream today. I hope you are enjoying it. Drop a like if you are. Matthias Peterson as well says, how's it going? It's going very well today. I'm happy I can stream today. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay, regardless. But anyway, Matthias Peterson says, any good flips today? I don't know. We're just getting into it today, Matt. And I'm going to try to hunt some good stuff today, but we'll have to see if we get lucky or not. I haven't done a ton of flipping today outside of the live streams. Typically, the days where I do live stream, I don't really flip that much, just because I don't want to hit item limits or have items I'm trying to sell off when it comes time to live stream, because then sometimes I have to dump them and I end up losing money on them, which is really not that great in my opinion. Let's go ahead and list the Elder Malls that we have. We're going to go ahead and we'll list it slightly under our margin there, and we should be able to make a little bit of money off that. Zach Davies says, yeah, I've been killing it the last few days, and I think I saw that you flipped the Din's Bulwark, Zach, so I'm actually going to go ahead and try a Din's Bulwark flip myself. We did try these last stream, but we didn't have any luck flipping them, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we're going to go ahead and list the Din's Bulwarks as long, well, the margin on them is just not that great. Haven't really found a good margin on the Din's Bulwark in quite some time, so I've really been struggling to find a good margin on them. We'll go ahead and list 4 of them, though. We'll just let that do its thing. And it's over a 10k margin, which I guess is fine, but we're not going to make a ton of profit on that. I would like to check the Dragon Hunter Lance as well. We'll see if we can make a good bit of money off this. Let's go ahead and put this down below. Let's see here. Man, everything I'm checking today, I can't really get something that looks super appealing to me, which was, it's funny because the last flipping session that I had the same exact issues. So I guess I'm just a bad luck charm these days on the Grand Exchange. But anyway, we'll try to flip this anyway. Sorry, I thought, I was like looking at my second monitor over here, and I thought the Dragon Hunter Lances instantly bought after I listed them, and I got a little bit nervous about that. So we'll go ahead and list these Dragon Claws back. Again, not a big margin on the Dragon Claws today, less than 100k, which is typically not what I'm looking for. If I'm flipping Dragon Claws, I'm trying to get 100k plus, but I'm just trying to make up for that margin cost and walk away from the flip profitably, which if I margin check off stream, by the way, sometimes I don't do that. It's usually only on stream where I will try to flip something to make up for the margin cost. Otherwise, I'll just find another item if I'm off stream and make up my money there. Fabrica says, YouTube said that live finally started. Good to see you, Beat. Flip some herbs. We could definitely flip some herbs today. We'll try and get some Grimy Ranar traded on the exchange today. Lewinteg says, yo, good to see you, Lewinteg. Thank you for tuning in today, man, and welcome to the live stream. You're in a lot of these live streams, so I really do appreciate it. And we're just going to sit back, kick back, try to make some money here today on the Grand Exchange. 63k in debt as we speak, and about 8 minutes into the stream, so plenty of time to make it back up, guys. No luck on the face guards yet. I thought we'd have at least one of these, but we'll bump it up a little bit in price. Not too much. We don't want to crush the margin. And we'll go ahead and do... yeah, that looks good. We'll just buy 2 of them for now. Brendan Charles says, Ellie would be interesting to flip if you are up for it. If we have enough cash on hand, Brendan, we'll go ahead and give it a shot. We also have Ezio TV popping in as well. He says, yo. Good to see you, Ezio. Thank you for tuning in. Another one of our members. 2 members in one stream. Can you believe it? Welcome, guys. Good to see you. Ezio's been a member for like over a year. Maybe almost 2 years if I had to guess. That is insane. Good to see you, Ezio. Username says, when are we going to see some orb flips? I'll give them a shot tonight. I did flip the Eldritch Orbs overnight last night. I'll see if I can pull it up, actually. Let me see. Yeah, here they are. So we actually bought one last night overnight. We got 2 of them for 91,660,000. And unfortunately, I tried to get them off for like 93.5 mil for like 6 hours, and I could not sell them. So the stream was coming up, and I was like, all right, I have to get these off for a bit cheaper. So I sold them for 92.5 mil, which is not an amazing flip for the Eldritch Orb. It's actually pretty small. Usually when I flip them, I'm trying to go 1 mil plus. Volatile Orb, well, it depends. If it's overnight, I try to flip the Eldritch Orb for usually like 1 mil plus, around 1.5 mil at least. And then Volatile Orbs, I try to aim for like 2.5, 3 mil overnight on those. If it's actively, 750k for the Eldritch Orb is good for me. And for the Volatile Orb, I go for like 1 mil to 1.5 mil on those. Otherwise, it's just really not worth flipping them, in my opinion. It's too much capital at risk for the return you're actually going to get, so I don't really recommend it too much. Ezio TB says, I'm close to 2 years. Ezio, the time flies, man. It's hard to keep track of. That's amazing, man. Thank you so much for the dedication. Is it me, or is the video blurry? Is what blurry on the video? Oh gosh. We gotta fix this. Is it the webcam, or is it the actual client itself? Let me know. I'll try to get it fixed up for you guys. Username says, still spooked of the Harmonious Orb. You know, I have flipped 1 Harmonious Orb, okay? And it was a really good flip, and I don't want to touch it again. The Harm Orb is, video's fine for me. Mine is fine. Maybe refresh the page? I don't know. I mean, anyway. Looks like some people are having a fine time with it. Anyway, if it looks fine, it looks fine. We'll just keep it there for now. Regardless, I've totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, we're just gonna go back and flip some more items here, guys. And, you know what? We could either do herbs, or we could give the Eldritch Orb a shot. Let's try and get an Eldritch Orb. If people want to see some orb flips, we can definitely try and get some. We'll start pretty low with the listing. Should be about right. I'm just going to check over on GE Tracker, see if I think my Eldritch Orb price listing is actually pretty accurate. I always do this when I'm flipping low volume items. Yeah, it should be about right. Alright, anyway. We have Hollow Keeg says, good morning, Scape. Good to see you, Hollow. Thank you for stopping by over on Twitch. Do appreciate it. Lipton Ice Tea coming in. Good to see you, Ice Tea. He says, Harmonious Orb is for the big boys. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite there yet. I mean, I can flip them. Like, I have enough cash to actually flip them, but it's a little bit too risky for me to flip. I never like investing all my GP into one single item, so we're not going to flip any of those yet. Inquisitor Mace says, well, Lointag, we could do the Inquisitor Mace. I don't like flipping the Inquisitor Mace. Super risky item. Not my favorite go-to. I do like flipping the Inquisitor, though. I like doing the Great Helmets and the Halbergs. And sometimes I'll do the Plate Skirts as well. It really depends. Video is fine. They probably got confused by you scrolling with your price blocks. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Unfortunately, we do have price blocks on. Gemfully over on Twitch popping in saying, my friend, how are you? Good to see you, Gem. Thank you for stopping by today. Did not expect you to make an entrance today at all. Good to see you, Gem. Thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully you'll learn a lot today as far as flipping and money making goes, but I'm not sure if you will. Still blurry, but I'll deal with it, no problems. I'm so sorry, Anna. It's weird because on my broadcaster it says the video is clear, so don't know how to help you besides that, really. Anyway, oh my gosh. Okay. It's like my eyes had something in them. regardless, we're going to go ahead and move some items around here. We're going to sell the Primordial Boots back, as those have been sitting for about 9 minutes. We haven't had any price action on them yet. So we're going to list them back onto the Grand Exchange for around the original margin. Beautiful RS giving us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you so much, Beautiful RS. Really do appreciate it. And welcome to the live stream today, man. If you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack, please let me know. Also, if you want to join us on Discord, there is a link to our Discord in the description below. Our Discord is dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, so we can help you learn a thing or two about increasing your bank. Also, I know you guys were thinking, Scapenomics, where are the videos? Because I haven't had any videos since I've come back to live streaming, and I have one in the pipeline for you guys, so don't you worry. It should come out sometime next week. I'm going to try to record a bunch of stuff this weekend so I can periodically release it over the next week, giving me time to record some more videos. And that's going to be a beginner's guide to flipping. So it might apply to some of you, might help some of you out, but again, maybe not all of you. It's funny because I try to make content for everybody, right? Beginner content and experienced content. And it's really hard to find the balance sometimes. Regardless, let's go ahead and sell these Justiciar leg guards back. The margin on these was looking really promising. Looks like we might clear 100k on them, but we'll have to see because we haven't gotten any face guards yet, which is a shame. But the leg guards, they did buy pretty quickly compared to the face guards, right? So we'll have to see what happens with those. We have, let's see. Ice-T says, I'm here since the start. You always ignore me for the first half of the stream. I didn't see any of your comments, man. Oh, I did miss your comment, Ice-T. Sorry about that, man. Ice-T, you know I love when you stop by. Trust me. Beautiful RS says, I've been in the Discord for a while, been flipping for about 4 months now, up over 80 mil in profit, doing it on and off since flipping utilities came out. Can we get a PogChamp in the chat for Beautiful RS? That is amazing, man. Congrats to that, and hopefully you spend your new money on something good. Now, we're going to do the Amulet of Torture next. One of my personal favorite PVM items to flip. The reason the Torture is so good is because it buys and sells extremely quickly compared to some other PVM items, and it holds a good margin most of the time. And today, it is going to hold about a 40k margin on it, which to me is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and flip the limit of those, which is going to be 8 every 4 hours. We had to list 7 because we lost one of our quantity to the margin check. So we'll let that sit there for now. Also, let's knock down the price a little bit on the Dragon Claws. Look, Dragon Claws, I'm not going to touch these until they go sub 60 mil again because I just really don't think they're a good flip above 60 mil. Like, for some reason, I can never succeed on them once they get a little bit higher in price. And seeing them over 60 mil is a little bit shocking to me. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Remind me not to touch those for the upcoming weeks here. Always reinvesting. Love the streams, man. You have good energy. Thank you, Beautiful. Do appreciate that. And we also got another Elder Moloth, which is good. We have the Eldritch Orb sitting here. Might be too low of a price listing. Not really sure about that one, but we'll keep a close eye on it. Hopefully we can buy one. And luckily the Amulets of Torture are buying as well. By the way, guys, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping in old school RuneScape, be sure to let me know, and I'll definitely answer it for you. And thank you guys for tuning in. And we got the last Dragon Claw off. Good. We could do the Grimy Ranar Weed, but we do have 601 mil. I don't know what to flip. Because we could do like the Inquisitor Helmet, but it's going to take a while to flip those things. That's the reason I typically don't do those kind of items on stream, right? It's because they just take a while to flip. Let's go ahead and do the Ancestral stuff. We'll do the Ancestral Row Bottom first, which looks like it's come down in price quite a bit since the Soul Wars release, where the price got a little bit pumped up from the hype of Soul Wars. Definitely has come down a fair bit since those price levels. I think it got all the way up to like 76 mil, if I remember correctly. We'll go ahead and list maybe not 7 of them. We'll do 4 of them for now. If it does succeed, we'll go back in for another quantity of 4, and we already bought one, which is a little bit concerning. I'm actually going to knock that down a little bit farther then. We could have just gotten lucky and bought one really quick, but typically if I list something and it buys extremely fast, it means the price is probably coming in a downward direction. So every time that happens, I usually list back onto the Grand Exchange, but for a percent lower than I was listed at before, and usually it works out pretty well. We did get the the Primordial Boots off, which is great. Let's go ahead and do the Armadillo Crossbow in our open slot. We'll take a margin check on that, see how much money we can make on it, and hopefully it's a fair bit. I mean, honestly, we haven't gotten super lucky in the past 2 live streams with margins, so we'll have to see if we can make a little bit of money today. And we have to make up for Monday's stream since we had to cancel that one. So anyway, let's go ahead and get 7 of those Armadillo Crossbows listed. Also, I would like to know, just by the way, would you like to see me try to do more expensive items on live stream? These live streams for the more expensive stuff would probably have to be on the weekend. The reason that is because I can stream longer on the weekend, and if an item takes longer to buy and sell, it doesn't really matter. I just want to know if that's like interesting content for you guys, because you can't see the item prices, unfortunately, but if it's, you know, you still want to see me flip big items, I can. It's just going to be a little bit less exciting than if you were to see the price listings. Also, I can do videos on that kind of stuff too. We've done videos on them in the past, so just let me know if you guys like to see like massive item flips. Okay, I bumped up the margin on the Eldritch Orb a little bit, and it didn't instant buy, which is a good sign. And we got those Justiciar leg guards off, and we bought all of the amulets of torture. Let's go back and sell those to the Grand Exchange. And we'll list them, let them do their thing. We'll also sell this Ancestral Robe Bottom back, and we'll just let that sit for now. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in today. We also have some, let's see, oh wow, lots of people popped in here. Yo, Shen Bapiro. Dropkick, man, you crack me up. He says, good luck today. Thank you, Dropkick. Do appreciate that. Hollow Keeg says, good margins on unfinished potions. We'll give that a check. 18 minutes late, but we got a 2-hour stream today. Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to go for 2 hours today. If I have to make up hours for a missed stream, I'll probably do it on the weekends going forward. But anyway, good to see you, Peppa Chicken. Thank you for tuning in, man. It's good to see you. Let's see. Lewintag says over on YouTube, he says, how are nightmare staffs for actives? I see them being overnights or long passives. Gosh, I've never done them. So in my experience, the nightmare staff is a really, really good item for overnight flipping. There's huge fluctuations on that thing. But for active flipping, it is not my favorite item. I have done it actively, and you can get big margins on it, but it's kind of slow. It takes a while to flip, so I would recommend always doing them as an overnight. Pretty much never do it as an active myself. We could do them if you want, but I don't really love doing them that much because they're pretty low volume, and even though they're not worth that much money, it's just, they kind of take a while. Unless you're really experienced, I wouldn't recommend flipping them, and the reason that is because you're probably going to freak out when the item does not end up selling for like 10 minutes. Usually it takes me a while to sell those nightmare staffs off, so I usually don't flip them, at least actively. And I actually rarely do them overnight too, just because I think there's, better items. Got some vials for you, says Zach Davies. Okay, I'll pop out. This must be you. Hi, I'm Zach. We'll take those vials, man. Nice prayer cape. Love to see it, man. That's amazing, dude. Whew, with the bronze trimmed as well. Warren Benzel says, why can't we see the prices? Oh, thank you so much, Zach, for the 26k vials. Really do appreciate it. We'll add that to the vial of water stack, and we'll take that to the bank. Thanks again, Zach. Do appreciate it, and we really appreciate the membership as well that you gave us here on the channel today. Also, let's get into Warren's question. You can't see the prices because I used to display prices on the live streams, but then people would just price snipe me, so I had to start covering the margins, unfortunately. It's not something I'd really like to do, but I can't really prevent item sniping, and this is a really good defense against it, so that's my best stab at defending my margins. Anyway, Neil Minshaw says, hey bud, I have about 100 mil, but I've never properly flipped. I always worry with bigger items. 10 mil plus items. Any tips? So first of all, if you're worried about flipping bigger items, then I would 100% work on some of these fundamental items, right? So high volume things. And people say like, oh, I shouldn't, they think, oh, I should not flip high volume items with 100 mil because it's just not enough profit. And that could not be further from the truth. 100 mil on high volume items can still make you like 2 mil an hour, and people don't really realize that. So some great items that you can try out that are sort of getting on the more expensive side for high volume stuff are like Grimy Ranar or Snapdragon, Torstol. Those are all really good, but the Snapdragon and Torstol do fluctuate a fair bit, so if you want something that's more consistent, I do recommend flipping the Ranar. On top of that as well, so you're still going to want to flip those really easy, safe, high-volume flips, Sharks, Monkfish, Mana Rays. Definitely do potions too, Saradomin Brews, Prayer Potions. What are some good ones as well? Super Combats, I think a lot of people find success with. If you want to start to dabble into that more expensive end, then I would recommend trying to learn how to flip Barrows items first, which we did recently come out with a guide on. So if you are curious about that, go check it out on the channel. But stick to that high volume stuff, man. A lot of people don't think there's opportunity in high volume, and there really is. And you can make a lot of money flipping high volume exclusively, regardless of your cash stack. Now, eventually there is a point where it does cap out, but with 100 mil, you're still perfectly clear to stick to high volume items, and you'll still be able to make a fair bit of money. Hopefully that helps you out, man. Also, really decent margin on the Ranars today. We'll go ahead and list a quantity of those and let them sit on the Grand Exchange. Every time I flip the Ranar on live stream, though, it takes freaking forever, so we'll have to see what happens. Any PVM streams, maybe a group corp or a group corp thing sometimes. Jay Hefner, I forgot to say hi to you. What's up, man? Good to see you. You're in like every single live stream, man. Do appreciate that. And yes, I do want to do PVM streams, one with corp as well. Corp is my favorite boss, so I'm almost always down to go to corp. You know what we can do? Remind me on the Saturday live stream to do a PVM stream on Sunday, and we'll do a PVM stream, man. I'm totally down for it. I said I would do one last week. I didn't do one, but this weekend for me is a long weekend. I have Monday off, so I'm super excited. And we'll go ahead and do a PVM stream. I have time for that. Warren says, yeah, dude, that makes a lot of sense. I'd probably price snipe you. Well, I stopped you now, man. You can't get it. Then he says, so I can't blame you. Yeah, I used to not cover them, and I was like actually pretty against covering prices because I thought it was a big step in the wrong direction if I started to cover them, right? A lot of people want to see what I'm listing at, and it's actually better like educational content if I can actually show the price listings. So it's a shame that I can't, but it's, the live stream started getting big enough to where, like, I would struggle to flip certain items after a while, so unfortunately we did have to cover prices, but it's not the end of the world, and I always like talking through my flips and kind of discussing my strategy behind them, and having the price listings available was definitely a big plus, but it is what it is. Weeby says, is this the one and only dupe? It is, man. Weeby's good to see you. I don't know where you're coming from, but you would be accurate. Queen Saraha popping in as well. He says, like the stream, let's go. Saraha, good to see you, man. You're nearing that 1K subscribers. That is amazing. Cannot wait for you to hit that. 1K subs was such an amazing achievement. I remember it like it was yesterday. Saraha also says, Toxic Staff was lit today, a little bit over an hour ago, slow, but I got a 2.3 mil profit. That is freaking insane. I'm going to go ahead and give those Toxic Staffs a spin on the Grand Exchange here in a minute. We'll let the Eldritch Orb sit for a little bit longer, though. I want to see if we can actually flip one of these. And the Ancestral Row Bottoms are not buying, they're not selling. Who knows what's going on with those? I mean, basically the price could be in the ether, if you'll put it that way. But anyway, we did get the Justiciar face guards, which actually took a little bit longer than I expected, but at least we got both of them. We'll go ahead and list them back onto the Grand Exchange. And actually, the leg guards were a pretty good flip, so I think what I'm going to do is hold on to the Ancestral Row Bottom for now. We'll go back in on the leg guards. We'll try to flip a few of them and see if we can make a little bit of money on those. We'll also keep the Toxic Staff in mind as well. Wait, what was this? Wait, is that right? Hold on. Got to check my prices here. Yeah, that seems more like it. we'll go ahead and list, we'll do a little bit more this time. We'll do 5 of them. And we don't have the money to do that. Of course we don't. We'll do 3 for now then. And we did get another row bottom so if you remember on the row bottoms, we actually listed those below the margin that we got. So that is fantastic. Anu Deep popping in. Good to see you, Deep. He says, I sent him. Thank you, Deep, promoting the channel. Do appreciate it. And maybe a little bit out of their normal audience, but Pure X, I think that's how I say your name. He says, hey, homie, how's it going? It is going well, man. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. I know I am. I'm happy to stream today. I didn't get to stream on Monday, so I'm kind of getting it out of my system right now, and hopefully you are enjoying it, Pure. Speaking, this is a great question, Lewinteg. We're going to get into that in a minute, but let me just read Neil's comment first. He says, amazing, thank you very much. I've been doing the high volume runes and darts and made about 4 mil since finding your channel. Taking quite a while, but it is worth it. Neil, if you want, you can try to learn how to maximize your overnight flipping. If you can get that down, then you can flip high volume items overnight, and you're going to see significant gains, and you'll be able to kind of flip during that downtime of when you are sleeping or just logged out for a while. So that would be my recommendation. Also, you know what wouldn't be my recommendation is these ancestral row bottoms right now. I mean, we're struggling to get, one of them off. We just filled out the rest of them. Clearly looks like they might be going down in price, but definitely don't freak out when it's a higher priced item and they just kind of get dumped on you. If you just wait a while, honestly, usually you'll be able to sell them. So what I usually do in this situation is for example, I just knock the ancestral row bottoms down 30K from our sell margin, and I'm just going to let them sit there. We're still going to be profitable on every single one. It just might take a little bit longer than we originally anticipated to sell them off. Whew. Let's go ahead and get these lances knocked down for a little bit lower in price. We were waiting on those for a little bit too long. I waited 15 minutes. I should have waited about 10 minutes max, but actually, no, you could wait a little bit longer, maybe like 12 minutes. But anyway, it's been too long. We have to go ahead and sell these. We got the Armadillo Crossbow sold as well. Nice little profit there. 1.5 mil so far. 31 minutes into the stream, going extremely well so far. We are going to cut back on the Eldritch Orb. Maybe we'll knock it up in price and we'll try again, but for now, we're going to give that Toxic Staff a run. I do like to flip things that go a little bit quicker on stream, which is typically why I don't flip those larger margin items on stream. But, I mean, we have in the past, we can in the future, and there was definitely some interest for flipping some of those bigger items. So, if we do end up with a lot of cash on hand, maybe we'll go ahead and try one. Also, if you guys are not with us in our clan chat, be sure to join us in-game in the clan chat, Scapenomics. If you want to join our Discord group as well, you can find that in the link in the description below. Basically, it is just the perfect addition to the channel. Whether you're a beginner flipper or an experienced flipper, we can recommend some strategies for you and just coach you along the way and help you learn how to flip. We almost have 2,000 members in there, so thank you to everyone who's in there, and I'm sure people in the live chat can vouch for how helpful that Discord group is. Also, be sure to like the live stream if you are enjoying it. It really does help out a ton with the YouTube analytics and getting my content up there in the mainstream. So thank you guys for your dedication to the like button, to the live streams. Do appreciate it. Let's make some bank. Whew. Lewinteg, let's get to your comment, man. He says, speaking of dupes, do you think it affected the market at all? You know, I'm so out of the loop on the duping situation that did go down with the Soul Wars coming to the game. You know, is it legit? Is it not legit? I have no idea. Jagex is putting out, you know, you have, on one hand, you have Mod Ash talking about how it, you know, is like they're investigating it, and then on the other hand, they come out with this official statement that it's not even real. So, you know, what do I think it is? I don't really know. Every time these dupe things happen, Jagex never really gives a clear answer, so it's just kind of one of those things that you have to take in stride. Like, I mean, is it real? Maybe. You know, did it affect the market? Maybe. That's the way I look at it, really. It's like something that's out of your reach that you can't grasp it, right? Like, there's no way you're ever going to find out if it's really real or not unless Jagex tells you. So you just kind of like shrug and you just keep playing the game. I mean, it's really that simple in my opinion. Let's do the Armadillo chest plate next. We'll see if we can make a little bit of money off this today. And I do like flipping the Armadillo items. I gotta be honest. it's actually a pretty decent margin. It's one of the better margins we found today, okay? It's not like we're crushing it out of the park performance, but you know what? It's above average, I would say. So hopefully that does flip without too many problems. Wild Muffin popping in. He says howdy, and we have Anthony GM as well. He says hi. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the live stream today. Thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. And let's keep flipping, man. I mean, currently we're up about 1.3 mil. So we were at 1.5 mil, so I don't really know what happened there. I guess we lost a little bit of money to the margin checks, but not the end of the world. We're going to turn around and sell these Armadillo, or not Armadillo God Swords, Ceradomin God Swords, excuse me. And we'll try to make a little bit of money off that. So if you are flipping God Swords and you are going to try the Ceradomin God Sword, let me give you a pro tip, okay? These Ceradomin God Swords, they're not crashing on you, okay? If you go to sell them, they're going to take a long time to sell. I don't know why they take so long, but almost every time I flip them, I have a pretty difficult time selling them. So don't freak out if they're not selling. Just let it sit for a while. It'll probably sell off. Just my pro tip for you in case you are flipping the Ceradomin God Swords. Pretty inconsistent item, though. Sometimes you're going to see 300k on these. Sometimes you're going to see 50k. But usually a pretty solid flip anyway. Horse Detective says, bit on the Dragon Knife Plunge at the wrong time, hoping they're going back north of a 1900 soon. Dude, I really don't like flipping high volume items that much, even though I say that, and then I just finished a high volume investment that I posted on my Discord, which is actually a personal best of mine as far as investments go. So that was really awesome. If you haven't seen it, it's under the channel Record Flips. But anyway, that's on a tangent in itself. It sucks that you bought in at the wrong time, Horse. Now, there's two strategies I could recommend for you. One, if they're still plummeting in price, try to wait for it to bottom out a little bit. Even if it doesn't shoot up right away, just try to see if the momentum slows down a bit. If it does, you could double down on the flip, man. You could just go back in and say, hey, I can average in for a cheaper price. Let me buy more dragon knives, and that way your break even, it gets cheaper, right? Because you're averaging your higher buy price and your lower buy price now, so it makes your break even somewhere in the middle, which is actually a strategy that I do a lot. If I buy into a flip, or like I guess we'll call it a swing trade, right? Something I'm trying to flip over like 2 to 3 days, and it goes down, and I really think I have confidence it will go back up, I buy more, and usually it actually works out really well, because you're kind of like averaging in, it works out a lot better, and you actually are able to make more money in not more money, but you could make more money if you get really lucky, but it will save you in the case of a downtrend in a really bad... I know I'm kind of rambling on that, but it will help you out by averaging in cheaper. Zach Davies says, the dupe was a rumor I heard. It was people trying to scam other people. Ooh. Rumors in the community. It's weird that, Mod Ash, addressed it, though. That's what makes me, very skeptical. He addressed it on his Twitter, and then I was just like... why? Why would you even, remark on it if it was complete rumor? I don't know. It just seems weird. No luck selling these Dragon Hunter Lances yet. We'll list these a little bit lower and hope we can make a little bit of money on those today. I think we're already profitable on the ones that we do have. It's weird because usually I like to flip the Lances almost every time I can, every 4 hours, but recently the Lance has just been super inconsistent. Not that it's been a bad margin, but I always have been, or not always, but I have been having trouble selling them recently, and I don't know what it is. It's like I buy in at the wrong time or something every time I flip them. That's what it feels like. Could just be a hard downward trend on it. Not really sure. Doing decent so far, though. 1.7 mil in profit. I guess it's not that great compared to some of our past performance these past couple of days. All I want to do is make some money, man. Give me some great margins, and we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I just come to the Grand Exchange. I trade those items back and forth. We try to hunt something good. If we find it, we'll definitely capitalize on it. Much appreciate the advice. Of course, Horse Detective. I mean, I hope it made sense. Just like if it downtrends a lot and if it starts to bottom off a little bit, then just buy a little bit more, man. And if you're curious to know your break-even price, you can just add the prices together and divide by the quantity, and that will give you your new average price. I think I did the math right on that. Anyway, Jay Hefner says, have you tried the flipping utilities hotkeys by flipping utilities? Great stuff if you're doing other things besides flipping. Now, I haven't. Now, I haven't put this time aside to actually try out the hotkeys, but I know it's probably amazing and I should get my hands on it, but I haven't yet. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, Jay, how good is it? 1 to 10. How much does it help you out? Because it is something I want to look into. We did get these Ceratoma God Swords off. 1.8 mil in profit so far. Really nice. Let's go ahead and get another item going. And let's do the Ancestral. We'll do the hats. We'll do the hats. I was going to do the Dragon Warhammer, but I might be on the limit for those, so I'll have to check. We still haven't done the Bandos Chestplate either, which probably is a good opportunity. We'll go ahead and flip a few of the Ancestral hats, looking like a decent margin on those. We also got the Armadillo chestplates off as well, so since we got those off, we'll do the Armadillo chain skirts in their honor. We might go 3 for 3 on the Armadillo items today, possibly 4 for 4 if we do get those Armadillo helmets flipped as well, but usually I don't flip those too much. Because we got the Armadillo Crossbows and the Armadillo chestplates off without any trouble, really. So if we could get the Armadillo chain skirts off without any trouble as well, I'll go back ahead and flip the, what are they called? The Armadillo helmets. Whew. I'm tired. If you can't tell, like, when my commentary is sloppy, it's because I've, stayed up for too long or I didn't get enough sleep, and that definitely is the case. 7 to 8 for me, but that's because I put them too close to the enter button. Listed a lot of things below buy price. I mean, it does happen, man. It does happen. It even happens for me normally without hotkeys, so I run into that problem a lot. We only have 1 toxic staff so far. I'm probably going to bump up the offer on that. Not that I think we're listing for too low, but we might be. Might as well just cycle in a little bit higher. It is a larger margin than I anticipated, so I don't really mind cycling in for a little bit higher in price and taking a price cut from it. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, be sure to drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. I'm always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy, so hopefully you do enjoy it. And if you're not with us on Discord already, be sure to join us. We teach a lot of money making and flipping in there, and if you're not in there, you're missing out on a big part of the channel. Anyway, do appreciate all the support recently, guys. Really means a lot, and let's keep flipping. The chain skirts are buying pretty quickly, but I'm just gonna let the offer sit there. I'm a little bit nervous for it, but we'll see what happens. Also, is the mic too close to my face? I can never tell. Anyway, no luck on the lances yet, which is actually pretty surprising. Not excited to see what those sell for, to be quite honest, so we might have to hold those for a little while. And we're almost 15 minutes on the Ranar as well. We'll knock that up a little bit. Let that sit there. We still have 536 mil on hand. I said I was going to flip on 2 accounts this stream. Of course, I didn't. That's a false promise I make way too often. I need to bond my second account, and we'll try to get it rolling for we'll try to do it for the weekend streams, like Friday, Saturday, maybe. We can get that going. Thank you, Def Pure. Do appreciate that, man. Let's cut back on the leg guards as well. It's weird because it's like we had a lot of price action in the beginning, then it slowed down, then we had a lot of price action again, and then it slowed down again. So we'll try to adjust our offers a little bit here and keep things moving. We also did get a lance off, so that is really good to see. And we got the Ancestral Row Bottoms off as well. Super, super nice. Let's go ahead and maybe flip more of those rope bottoms. I mean, we were right on margin there, so we might as well go back and list a few more. I think we can make a little bit of money off of it. And we did get a leg guard off. Really nice. Face guard struggling a little bit. We'll knock those down. I just don't want to drop it too much. Like, I don't want to kill our profits on it, but it might have to happen. I mean, we wouldn't completely kill the profit, but, basically kill the profit, right? Because we waited so long for that item to flip, and then we didn't really make a lot of money off of it. Which is something you should definitely factor in. Mikey Matters popping in over on YouTube. He says, what is up, bro? Hope you're keeping well. I am, man. Thank you so much for asking. Hopefully you are as well, Mikey, and I hope you're making bank on the Grand Exchange today. Looks like it's a little bit tough on the exchange today. I mean, I'm trying to get a couple items moving around with, you know, mediocre success. I mean, we are almost at 2 mil, 45 minutes into the stream. I was hoping to get 3 mil, so we might be able to find a really good item here at the end and actually get there, but give or take, we'll have to see. And I do want to try the Dragon Warhammers, actually. Now, I might be on limit for these. I'll have to check, but let's see. These have been so weird recently. The Dragon Warhammers have been bouncing between, like, 37.5 mil and like 39 mil. Really volatile item right now. I do think there's a lot of opportunity flipping the Dragon Warhammers right now, especially overnight. I think this is a really solid overnight item right now. You know, the Dragon Warhammer, when it gets really volatile, it is probably one of the most consistent overnight items that I know. Akduman version 3 has joined the flipping team. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch, man. Really do appreciate it. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel as well, where we upload flipping and money-making content all the time. We also have these streams 4 times a week. Well, 3 times a week this week, okay? I dropped the ball, okay? I apologize. But I know you guys can forgive me. And thank you, man, for joining. Join us on Discord as well if you want to learn more about flipping and money-making. Woo! 10 likes over on the YouTube stream. Thank you guys for the likes. And if you haven't left a like already, do appreciate every single like, guys. And we did get a face guard off. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. That took way, way too long. Michael over on YouTube says the Dragon Warhammers had a crap margin like 30 minutes ago. The margin on them right now isn't that good. I'm still going to flip it though because I really do like flipping the Dragon Warhammers. The reason I like them so much is because they're kind of one of those, like, you know, I don't know how to describe it really, but it's like one of a kind, right? Ihabgi has joined the flipping team. Thank you, man. Do appreciate that. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. We do appreciate that, man. Dude, the Twitch audience is just like so many follows come in every stream, for me at least. So thank you guys that are watching over on Twitch. I really appreciate it. Dumping a fat like for the stream, Stefan Krem. Do appreciate that, man. Woo! Can we get a like for that one? Do appreciate it, man. Thank you. Let's go ahead and we've got 658 mil on hand right now, okay? We got to redeploy this in the right direction. While I do that, I'm going to talk about why I like the Dragon Warhammer so much. Now, it's one of those items that's like kind of a one-of-a-class items. So what I mean by that is it's not really related to any other piece, right? It's like Dragon Warhammer it's kind of like the Basilisk Jaw, right? It's like something you need for endgame PVM. It's not something that's related to any other items price-wise, and it's, you know, it's not necessary in PVM, but it's highly sought out. Sean has given us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you, dude. I can't even get through my thought process. There's so many followers coming in, so I do appreciate that, man. But anyway, as I was saying, it's like one of those items like the Basilisk Jaw, and there's only one place you can get them. Lizardman Shamans. It's not a super commonly dropped item. It's 1 in 5,000, and that keeps the volume at a perfect level, and it lets the item have these like crazy price runs where it spikes or crashes, and you want to be flipping the items during those times because you can make a ton of money. You know, I have people ask a lot like, hey, if an item is crashing in price, is it still a good item to flip? It is. That, you know, you can definitely flip things during a crash and make a lot of money off of them, but you have to know how to do it. I wouldn't recommend going in and just margin checking and stuff like that. That's one of those situations where you're looking at the GE tracker graphs, you're thinking, hey, how far could this realistically crash? How far, you know, how cheap has this thing been in the past? And you list accordingly. It's a pretty difficult situation to flip during a crash, but you can make a lot of money doing it. Right now, there's been a lot of price resistance on the Dragon Warhammer around like 37.5 mil. It hasn't really dipped below that, and it's kind of like finding its price between 37.5 mil and 39 mil. So right now, Dragon Warhammer's the perfect item to flip overnight, in my opinion, so give it a shot if you are interested. And we still have 351 mil on hand. We found a good margin on the Pegasions. I would like to give the Grazi a run on stream today. You know, the Grazi is could be a little bit crazy, so we'll have to see how much money we can make on this thing or lose. I mean, sometimes when you flip Grazis or Sanguesti staffs or things that really are a lot lower vol... What? What? What the heck? Okay, we'll give this a... Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go in pretty heavily on these. We'll try to flip 2 of them off the bat. We'll see how that goes. We also bought all of the ancestral hats as well. Guys, this could shape up to be quite a profitable session here at the end, or we could crash and burn. Stay tuned. We'll see how it turns out here today. You know, it only takes a couple good flips to really put your profit over the edge. And I think, like, if you're flipping on a normal session, like, it only takes 1 or 2 items for the day to really make your profit quite green, if that makes sense. But 1.5 mil in profit right now. We just paid a lot of money to a margin check, which is unfortunate. That being said, if we can flip 2 of these, we're going to be very, very profitable. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Unfortunately, though, the toxic staffs aren't really buying for us, which is a shame, because that one had a really good margin on it and a lot better of a margin than you normally see on it, and we still haven't gotten any. So I'm going to give it one more price bump, okay? We'll see if we can get any at this price point. I don't want to chase it up too high in price, as, you know, this thing was flipping like 10 mil on the weekend, and now it's down to like somewhere in the 9 mil range. So you got to be a little bit careful with it. IHAB says, easy price snipe. Don't snipe me, bro. Anyway, we did get the Grazis coming in. We're going to go ahead and list those back onto the Grand Exchange. We'll have to see how these turn out, man. This is a little bit interesting. We'll see how much money we can make on those guys. Hopefully they sell. Fingers crossed. We also have the Toxic Staffs buying up as well, which is a little bit interesting. We also got the Lances sold off. Good to see that. And unfortunately, we're not going to go 3 for 3 on the Armadillo items, which kind of stinks. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and sell those back. Jay Hefner says, I've got some vials if you want. I would love them, man. I love the name, Jay. It's so funny, man. It makes me laugh every time. 26k vials of water coming in from Jay Hefner. Do appreciate it. Usually watching over on Twitch. I don't know if this is your alt, but I'm going to assume it is. I don't know for sure, though. Oh, he doesn't got any for me. Feels bad, man. Anyway, we'll dump these vials of water into the bank. And yeah, we'll let things roll for now. We do have a good bit of the Pegasion boots here, so we're going to actually sell those back. And I want to do that because it was looking a lot better of a margin than I typically see on these. And anytime I see, you know, an above average margin, I try to flip the item as quickly as possible. Michael Krause popping in. He says, yo, good to see you, Michael. Thank you for stopping by, man. Do appreciate it. Welcome to the live stream. If you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping or money making in old school RuneScape, let me know, man. I'm here to help you out. Also, guys, if you're not with us in our Discord group, be sure to join us with the link in the description below. We talk a lot about flipping and money making in there. I post a lot of my own flips in there. We encourage others to post their flips as well. We just kind of have this big flipping community going on. So if you want to join a community of almost 2,000 members, be sure to join us in our Discord group. Also, our clan chat, Scapenomics. Please join us in game, man. I want more people in that clan chat. We're always talking about flips in there. Like, you know, my channel is just so dedicated to flipping in RuneScape. So if you like flipping, if you have any interest in learning it, just tune into some of the resources. We'll definitely help you learn. Now, one item that I did say I was going to do today was the crossbow. I really want to flip these things, give these things a run for their money. They've been pretty volatile. I mean, these things were up to like 7.6 mil the other day. And now it seems like they've come back down and kind of stabilized. It seems like the market is kind of at this very stable point right now, you know. No margins are, you know, out of the ordinary, really. Nothing's too crazy for them. And it's just, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. In these kind of like market conditions, you know, you have to trade a lot of items. That's my #1 recommendation. Try to flip a lot of things. Try to see what's flipping good for the day and flip that as much as you can. If you have an alt account, then both of your accounts can capitalize on the pricing. But when margins are stable, you gotta check a lot of things. And, you know, even if margins are crazy, I always recommend trying to find a lot of items. Try to find what's best. And yeah, you know, if you've watched for a while, you know, I recommend that quite a lot. Just try to cycle through as many items as you can. You never know what's going to be the gold mine for you. only got them on one. Jay, it's okay, man. You still gave plenty of vials. Do appreciate the 26k vials, man. Jelly Kelly says, what's with the vial of water? So, okay, we'll go through it because, you know, it's been a while since we've talked about it. Basically, I collect vials of water, and it started as like a channel meme like long ago when I started my live streaming, and just this is through viewer donations alone. So through viewer donations, we've gotten 23 million vials of water during our little, I guess, like, streaming career. It's more of a hobby, but yes, we've just gotten donated a ton of vials of water. The meme started because, like, I would drink water a lot on streams because I commentate a lot, and I try to keep that energy up. So anyway, that's how the meme started. There's really no significance behind it, but ever since then, people just donated vials of water, and now it's just this channel thing. And then I did say I would do a 100 mil draw party at 100 mil vials. So anyway, I know it's far away, but we're going to do that eventually. So most people usually don't ask about the vials. I'm actually happy someone was asking about it, because most people just accept it and they go on with their day. All right, we're going to cut back on these toxic stabs. We'll sell these back to the Grand Exchange. Hopefully make a little bit of money on those. Still no luck on the Grazi. I'm sweating a little bit on those, not going to lie. But it only takes a few to sell to make us profitable. So we'll do our best on those. I do want to go back in on the Prims, as they made us a fair bit of money. 585k so far. Also, the Armadillo Crossbow, surprisingly good. 470k. Really nice. We'll just let everything sit for now. I don't have water today, so usually I have water for the meme, but I don't. All the best for flipping, says Mikey Matters. I'm off to hunt a Kraken pet. Good luck on the Kraken pet, man. One of the coolest pets, especially the Christmas edition with the hat. Really do like that. But not as good as KBD, in my personal opinion. I do know a lot of people like the Kraken, though. If I had to have one pet, though, it would definitely be the Kriara pet. Dude, that thing's freaking sick. Although Vorkath, hey, yeah, I would be down for that, too. Vorkath is like something I could realistically get as a pet. Like, I never go to Kriara, so. One tip I have for you, says Brendan Charles, if you have a big margin, try to sell them quickly. Example, every minute it doesn't sell, lower it 30 to 50k. You could do that. Typically, I'm more of someone who's like hands off. Usually if there's a big price fluctuation or a margin that's bigger than you anticipated, it will close pretty quickly. I don't, I do understand that, but I feel like a lot of people try to rush it, and by rushing it, they're crushing their margin. I don't think you have to adjust it every minute. Usually if it's a margin I think it's too good to be true, I'll adjust it like every 5 minutes. But I'm not too worried about the Grazis yet. If we keep lowering and we can't sell them after like 30 minutes, then I'm like a little bit nervous about it. But I wouldn't be too worried yet, just because the Grazi does do some pretty decent price fluctuation. So I'm just going to leave it for now. UK says, you still use GE Tracker or whatever. I do use GE Tracker. I don't usually use it on stream unless I'm doing like an investment analysis and we need to look at the graphs. But yes, I do use GE Tracker, especially off stream, a ton. And in my videos, I always use GE Tracker. But for active flipping, GE Tracker it's good, but it's not the best. I mean, if I'm active flipping, I almost always perform manual margin checks unless I'm flipping something that is extremely low volume. And in that case, I will use GE Tracker. For example, if I'm flipping an Inquisitor Greathelm or an Inquisitor Halberg, then yeah, I'll use GE Tracker to get a good price listing. But if I'm not using that, then I'll go ahead. Or if I'm not flipping those, then I will just manually check stuff. Like everything here, if I was flipping this on a normal session, I would probably price check, except maybe the Grazi, I wouldn't price check that. That's the only thing that I might not do it on. 530 mil. Let's do the Basilisk Jaw. We haven't done those yet. Try to get a few of these traded back and forth, make a little bit of money on it. Might need to adjust those Ancestral Hats as well. We'll have to take a closer look. Not a great margin on the Jaws, but good enough. Okay, we just sold one, so we're good. Keep a close eye on these. I'll give them another minute. The Dragon Warhammers did succeed. Didn't make a ton of money on them, though. What else can we do? We did pass 3 mil, so that's good. Let's see. I'm thinking we do Necklace of Anguish. We haven't done that yet. We can also do the Bandos chestplate. Now, these are not like, they're not going to be the most amazing flips, but the reason I flip some stuff that is not as high margin all the time is either because it flips really quickly or because it's just super consistent. It's either one of those. And Necklace of Anguish is kind of both of those categories, so we definitely want to make sure we hit it. Honestly, like the Zenyte jewelry, once you're getting to like a 250 mil cash stack range, Zenyte flips will take you a long way, honestly. Hit them every 4-hour limit. Trust. Really good margin on these Pegasian boots right now. These Anguishes are buying really quick, though. We have to keep that in mind. Thanks, man. Great answer. No problem, dude. We have Furno popping in as well. Good to see you, Furno. He says the Serp Helm had a crazy margin earlier. Well, I don't know if I'm going to flip the Serp Helm. I mean, Toxic Blowpipe, Serpentine Helm, little bit too low of an item for my cash deck, like personally. I mean, they're still great items to flip, very consistent items, but I don't think we'll do them today. Oh my, these Pegasians are just raking in the dough right now. We do need to lower the Grazi a little bit, though. That should be good. All right, we'll let those sit. And we got all the Basilisk Jaws as well. We'll turn around and sell a couple of these guys. And should be a decent... I keep hitting the wrong keys here. Okay, there we go. 20... Well, I'm not going to say what they're listed for. That's such a bad habit of mine. I have the prices covered, and then I'm so used to announcing what the margin on them is, just for like videos or my old streams, and I have to remember not to do that. Kind of would defeat the purpose of blocking the prices, don't you think? The Grimy Ranar still buying up. Now, the Grimy Ranar is a good flip, but it is definitely extremely slow, and you will run into competition sometimes on the Ranar Weed. So, Ranar Weed and kind of like any herb flip, like Snapdragon, Torstol, these are good flips for passive flipping. Like, flips where you log on, you're going to play for an hour or two, and you want to list a couple things on the Grand Exchange. Herbs are the best items to put in, because they're high volume, they're pretty stable, there is not the most competition on them, and they just take a long time to buy and sell, so that makes them perfect for active, or not active flips, for passive flips, right? Because you could, if you're online, you can see how much progress has been made on your buy or your sell offer, and that lets you update your price on the Grand Exchange if you need it. I mean, you could do them overnight too. It's just not something I really do overnight as much. It's good either way, but regardless. It would be really nice if we sold a Grazi, just because we paid a pretty big price check on that, and it would help with our total profit a lot if we eliminated that loss. If we can't, it's not the end of the world. I do think these will sell if I leave them on the exchange after the stream. I'm not too worried about that specifically, but it's always good to sell stuff off on stream if I can. It's, of course, not always the case. No luck on the Toxic Stabs yet either. We'll wait those out as well. Megan